So what's up, everyone? It is your girl, Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace. And today, we're going to get into a battle of the. So it's basically a battle against the same palette to see how the formulas are on it. So this is Unearthly Cosmetics, formerly known as Alien Cosmetics. Is why both of these palettes are Alien Cosmetics, even though they are now Unearthly Cosmetics. I have a playlist of all my things I've tried from this brand if you're interested in, so you can go check that out. But yeah, here is what the palette looks like on the inside. Now this is the original. I think they changed the shades around in this one. Let me see. Yeah, see, they changed some of the shades around in this one as compared to this one, but all the shades are the same from what I'm seeing. They've just been placed differently. So this is how it was originally placed. This is how it's newly placed. As you can see, they just went the rows across in this new one as opposed to going straight down in the old one. So we're going to try them out and see how we feel about the old form versus new form. Because I've been hearing different things from different people. So I was like, I want to try it for myself and I want to let you know. So just in case you were thinking about getting the new one, since they just did a restock on the 19th and this palette is still available, if you should go ahead and reach for this one, or if you're fine keeping the older one you have. So I've been making sacrifices for y'all because it's like, I already got this palette. Why do I need two of this palette? I don't. I care for you, which is why I did it. Anyway, let me zoom y'all on in. Like I said, the palette retails for 35 bucks, so I'm sitting here with a good grip of change in my hand, just so I can make sure you don't have to spend a good grip of your change. You're welcome. I'm gonna go off camera and do an eye look with the old one, and then we're gonna put the new one to the test against the old one and see how we feel. I am using the Natasha Denona eye base. I just used this in the video I did of her eyeshadow mini crush palettes. You all should see that tomorrow, which will be the 30th of January. But yeah, I have the shade 2 medium beige, so I'm gonna try it out and see how it goes. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so this is the eye I came up with the original palette, and I'm gonna show you with the new palette what colors we took to make all of this. So I use the shade Empire right here. I use the shade Fresh Picked and Granny Smith in the inner corner. Then we use the shade Black Diamond and Red Delicious on the lid. I use the shade Golden and Sour in the crease. So we essentially use all the shades except for two. The only shade we didn't use was Poison and Rotten. We didn't use these two, but we used all the rest of the palette. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the shade Empire, which is the darker shade I use toward the back of the eye. So I kind of just did what I normally do and blended it. Let my be there. To me, these mattes feel like they're a little easier to blend than the original one was. But you know, this is my opinion, so take it for what you will. And I took it like to the brow bone as usual, like I normally do my outer shades. So I'm just gonna blend this Empire shade to the brow bone. From the night I'm gonna do eye look. I still got one more palette to do today. I'm gonna do a palette bingo with my girl on Dionluvsmakeup soon, so I'm not gonna use my Nomad palette I just got in the mail today. Right now, I might do a look for y'all on Instagram, but I'm not gonna do like an actual video on it. I'm gonna just do the palette bingo with her. So we gonna take the shade Golden now, the yellow one. And I pat that in the front. And I was concerned about this shade because I was like, I don't know how pigment it's going to be for some of my skin tone. Now, it looks like it's deeper in this palette than it is in the original one. The original one, I feel like it was a little more yellow and lighter. To me, this one is giving off more mustard. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this side looks deeper than this side. And gives like a different tone of yellow. So I might, like I said, I might just be making it up. Or maybe it's just oxidizing on this side and originally it didn't oxidize. I don't know. We'll see how it looks once I cover it, because it might look exactly the same, and once I get the shimmer on this lid, it'll still look the same. I don't know. And this is the Bakerie Beauty 206 brush. I told y'all I really like their brushes, so I'm trying to get in using them again. Because for a while I stopped using them. because I have a little cup that just automatically has a certain amount of brushes in it that I keep over there by the bed, because that's where I normally go and do my makeup and then come back here. But I've been sitting here tonight because Adriangameover's here and he's in the bed, so you know, my mom filled his room that he has here in my grandmother's house with a whole, oh, I feel like this green is much more pigmented than the original one, for sure. Anyway, like I was saying, my mom filled Adriangameover's room with stuff she wants to take to consignment that belongs to my grandma, so that's why he can't sleep in his own room, which is fine because he doesn't like the bed in there. He said it's like too hard and stiff or something like that. So his mattress is too stiff, which is why he don't usually like to sleep in there anyway. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Shut up. That's why I'm not talking as loud as I normally do, because he's actually in here asleep. So yeah, I feel like the pigmentation on the new ones is definitely deeper than the pigmentation on the old. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just depends on what your preference is. Since I know that now, like when I want the colors to be lighter, I'll use, you know, the old one, and when I want the colors to be deeper, I'll just use the new one. Because so far that's what I'm seeing, like oxidization on the new shades versus not on the old ones. I'm just blending it back. And here's some blend the colors together and make it look a little nicer. Yeah, but I hope y'all can see what I'm talking about. Like, see how this shade of yellow looks lighter than the yellow over here? Or maybe it's just me, like I said. Anyway, let's get into the crease shade. So I'm gonna start off with the shade Red Delicious, because that's what I started off with first. I'm picking it up on a BK203 brush. So it's a gorgeous, nice red shade. Like every red shade I feel like this now makes me think about the Pat McGrath Mothership 5 that everybody was like raving about when it first came out. Like it was in everyone's favorites. I think including mine. It was like everywhere. It was like everybody was obsessed with it. And I wasn't even a warm tone person, but I ain't before, and I was like, yes, mother, you did that. So that's what this shade is giving me. Mothership 5 red. And I mean, they picked the perfect name for it too, Red Delicious. But that's what we're looking like on this side. So we're gonna go ahead now and put the shade Black Diamond on top. It has a really nice shift to it. It reminds me of the shade in the Mini Love palette, the way that it shifts. If I remember correctly, it does have a shift to it. I feel like when I looked in the pan, it did. I kind of want to swatch it next to that shade down, see how they look. I feel like the shimmer on this side isn't giving me as much va-va-voom as the shimmer on this side either. So maybe it's just me. Again, y'all can tell me down below. But I feel like the shimmer on this side is just giving more. And that's just my opinion. Now we're going to get into the inner corner shade. So we take the shade Fresh Picked, which is the darker of the two greens. And I start off with that shade first. In my inner corner. And then I decided we need to have a little bit more brightness going on. But I had that as like the base shade. You see how bright this is? So we can put that shade Granny Smith on top, and that's what made it so boom bright like it is now. So okay, y'all, so that's pretty much it. Let me go off camera doing my eyeliner and put on a little bit more mascara, because I gotta take the look at me. I think I'm sexy thumbnail after this. So let's back it on up just a little bit, because you're a little too close now. The eye look is over. I'll be right back. Okay. So I got my wing and my mascara going on. So we're gonna talk about both these palettes, and we're gonna talk about which one I like overall. So we'll start off with the one I did on camera with you all. So I feel like the mattes in here blend a little smoother than in the original one. However, I feel like the colors in here oxidize and they don't stay true to color like they are in the pan here. And I feel like the shimmers are as sparkly and as opaque as they are in the original one. So that's my thoughts on the new one. Now my thoughts on the old one are, I like the colors in this one better. I feel like this yellow is a little bit brighter, and I was impressed because yellows for people my skin tone, we know it's not the business. It doesn't work that well. We have to use like a yellow base underneath it and all that in order to get to work, and I feel like I didn't have to do that with this, which I definitely appreciate it. And I feel like these colors are more true to tone. So if I had to pick, I'm sorry, I didn't talk about the shimmers in here. The shimmers in here to me are more opaque and do show up better and are softer, and I like that better. So if I had to pick, I'm gonna have to say I like this one better because the mattes to me stay more true to color, and then the shimmers in here seem to be more opaque. However, that doesn't mean if you buy the new one that you're getting a bad palette. You see, the quality of it is fine. I told y'all the mattes blended really nice. It's just the shimmers aren't as opaque as the older palette, because as you can see, this inner corner is clearly standing out more than this inner corner is, but they're the same palette. The yellow in here is brighter than the one in here, so is the green. But again, it's the same palette. So with the new formula, I guess it ends up oxidizing now, and it doesn't give you as much shimmer payoff because it feels like the shimmers are pressed in here harder than they were in the original palette. So those are my thoughts. It's not like it's bad. It's not like you're getting a good palette. If you get this one, it's just more of comes down to preference, and my preference is the original as opposed to the new one. But the new one's still good, the new one's still nice, and if you don't buy it, you need to use code Cage Makeup, okay? Thank you. Y'all know the drill. We use code Cage Makeup in this household. Even though my girl Beauty and the Frizz has the code, but I forgot the name of her code. I think it's Frizz Face. So you can use Frizz Face, or you can use Cage Makeup to buy this, but I'm gonna say use Cage Makeup because I'm not sure if Frizz Face is correct or not. I'm gonna have to double check that in the next time. I'll make sure I have it right, okay? But anyway, those are my thoughts on these palettes. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.